What is enough evidence to start an FBI criminal case of fraud towards the people involved in the 2020 publicly given ending of the Forrest Fenn treasure hunt? How about real answers to questions that would show very extremely compelling evidence that the story given out to the public that has already changed many times was all deception? I'm here to do just that. Real questions, real answers. Let's begin with the distances that were given in verbal clues and book clues geographically to Palisade Sill. I'll start with one of my favorites. Clear down to the cemetery, 2 miles distance. Clear Creek down to the grave marker at Palisade Sill was exactly 2 miles distant. I had been able to get about 30 miles away from the target area. About 30 miles away from the target area, Aguafria Peak at Angel Fire to Palisade Sill is 31 miles. I was hiding behind a large ponderosa near the target. Ponderosa Campground is 1.5 miles near the target at Palisade Sill. Dodging cars as they whizzed by was part of the thrill. The bullseye was right next to Route 64. That's why he had to dodge cars as they whizzed by. The no place for the meek, which is about 1,000 feet beyond Palisade Sill, within the intrusive igneous rock area. The mountain man, old man face is the no place for the meek. After all of the target locations lining up to the bullseye, it is a cross shape with a red-caped superhero across it. Why did Forrest Fenn say the treasure was more than 8.25 miles north of Santa Fe? More than 8.25 miles north of Santa Fe? Number 1, Eagle's Nest is north of Santa Fe. Number 2, Eagle's Nest is Santa Fe. Number 3, geographically, Santa Fe and Eagle's Nest are the same location. So, number 4, taking that clue now with new evidence, more than 8.25 miles is Eagle's Nest to Palisade Sill is 8.3 miles. Forrest Fenn told Josh Gates that he had left in the afternoon and hid the treasure and returned later that afternoon without Peggy even knowing that he was gone. With so many clues leading us to Palisade Sill, how do we know Palisade Sill was the real search location from the start? Because the very first stanza is the number 1 clue that pinpoints Palisade Sill. This clue correctly is absolutely Palisade Sill, Cimarron Canyon, New Mexico. Searchers thought that begin at where Woolmarter's halt was the first clue. It was to the portion. It was the map. First use the word there to replace the location Palisade Sill. Forrest Treasure's bold were the Marvel and DC gaze of characters. Forrest kept his secrets and treasures where? With his DC characters and treasures at Palisade Sill. Forrest's biggest hint ever was pinpointed at Palisade Sill with newer rock and older rock, with an X on the really good map. The problem searchers make is they don't dwell long enough on the first clue. The first clue at Palisade Sill nailed down. The first clue leads precisely to this grave marker with the nail down. The Marvel and DC gaze of characters. Clark Kent and Aunt Esther are both DC characters. Clark Kent was Superman, and Superman was absolutely the end of Forrest's rainbow. We'll get back to the amazing Marvel gaze later. I need to show the palisades Forrest used with fortifications, forts, palisades, theirs, Clark's, Kent's, Esther's, and by the row of trees or tree trunks or stumps, and the famous 300-foot Palisade Sill, Cimarron, New Mexico. This was Forrest's secret where? At Palisade Sill, a secluded parking area that was surrounded by 10-foot oleander and Palo Verde trees. Within 300 feet, a palisade. Joseph Sunhawk with a palisade. Only 300 feet from where I slept. Many of the trees stretched to the sky. The place was a paradise. This is it, folks. This is the My 2 cents at Palisade Sill, and the Palisade with a cross at Fort Sill in his book. Fort Sill, Palisade Sill. This is the My 2 cents. There is the location of Palisade Sill at the secret grave marker. A forest of 300-foot high trees. The grave marker was Forrest Fenn's secret, the doppelganger to the Vietnam grave marker. Bread, Krypton bred me, but it was Earth that gave me all I am. Theirs are for Palisade Sill. Intrusion was for intrusive igneous rock, which is what Palisade Sill is made of. Palisade Sill is from there to the old man face, and the end is ever drawing nigh. Palisade on your left. Found at Palisade under a canopy of stars, put in below Eagle's Nest, the home of Brown. The retrieval of the treasure found under the canopy of stars. Lewis and Clark. He was quick to take the hint about Lois Lane and Clark Kent. Lewis to Lois wins, and you get Forrest's treasure trove of comic books. Forrest talked many times about misspelled words. Next slide is one of the many reasons.